Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you send us and we really try to unpack them, find those hidden stories, maybe some surprising connections, those aha moments you weren't expecting.
Exactly.
And today we're diving into something, well, pretty unexpected that came across our desk from you all. A children's song, believe it or not. S-M-I-L-E.
Yeah, seems simple on the surface.
Right. You probably think, okay, catchy tune, kids like it. But we're going to peel back some layers here. Look at the source. We've got these lyrics from kaididdles.com and find some surprising depth, maybe some cultural resonance.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission really is to give you that shortcut, to being genuinely well-informed about something you might have thought was, well, just simple.
And that's why this one's so great, I think. It really shows how something seemingly unassuming like these song lyrics can actually be a fascinating way to look at bigger universal ideas.
Okay.
We want to help you see something familiar with, totally fresh eyes. Pull out those insights you asked for.
All right, let's do it. Let's unpack S-M-I-L-E. Diving right into the lyrics. You see that core message straight away, don't you? It keeps repeating. It isn't any trouble. Just to S-M-I-L-E.
Very clear.
Yeah, and it really leans into that structure, that's spelling it out. S-M-I-L-E first. Then it kind of cleverly expands to L-A-U-G-A.
Wait, with a little aside.
Yeah, yeah. Or ha-ha-ha laugh. Very practical. And then it finishes with G-R-I-N. It feels very straightforward, like, here's what you do, action-oriented. Just smile, or laugh, or grin.
And what's fascinating, or the real insight, I think, is that repetition, that structure. It's more than just catchy, right? It's actually brilliant instructional design.
How so?
Well, it's not just teaching a song. It's literally spelling out and drilling in a positive coping mechanism. It helps make it almost instinctual for kids.
Oh, okay.
You could almost think of it like, I don't know, CBT for toddlers, but through a song, that directness. Super effective.
And it also gives you that really memorable image, the metaphor. So smile when you're in trouble. It will vanish like a bubble.
Yeah.
You can just picture that, can't you? A little bubble popping. Poof.
Exactly. That visual really sticks.
But does it maybe risk oversimplifying things for a kid? Suggesting all problems just disappear if you smile? Or is there something, maybe a deeper psychological benefit that's a bit more nuanced?
That's a really important point, and it gets to sort of how we teach emotional intelligence, doesn't it? For a young child, troubles are often, well, they're often temporary, right? A scraped knee, can't find a toy, a little disappointment.
Sure. Small-scale stuff?
Yeah, and that vanish like a bubble image, it's actually perfectly suited for those kinds of fleeting challenges. It tells them, look, problems aren't necessarily permanent, and you have some power in how you react.
Okay, so it's about agency.
Exactly. It's less about pretending the trouble isn't there, and more about giving the child a tool, something active they can do to shift their perspective and kind of move through it. Plus, the actual physical act of smiling, it can trigger positive feelings. So it's pretty practical advice for little ones. It makes difficulties seem less overwhelming, maybe, because they just dissolve fleetingly.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not ignore your feelings. It's more like, here's step one to feel a bit better, especially for those kid-sized problems.
Precisely.
So we've got this powerful, simple message, this clever delivery through repetition and metaphor. But then there's the tune, the delivery system itself.
Oh, yes.
And this is where our deep dive, well, it turned up something really surprising. Because you might imagine some gentle, maybe playful little melody for a song about smiling.
You would, wouldn't you?
But our source material, kaididdles.com, it explicitly says the tune for S-M-I-L-E is Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first saw that, I admit, I did a double take. It's quite the pairing.
It really is. And the insight there, I think, is just about the sheer cultural malleability of music, how tunes can travel. The Battle Hymn of the Republic. I mean, that melody is soaked in history, grand, serious American history, the Civil War specifically.
Yeah, huge significance.
It's a tune about, profound national struggle, sacrifice. Julia Ward Howe's lyrics talk about the terrible swift sword, the glory of the coming of the Lord, really heavy stuff.
Definitely not bubbles.
Definitely not bubbles. And then to take that exact melody and use it for a simple kid's song about, well, the benefits of smiling, it just shows how a tune can be sort of stripped of its original meaning, its context, and get filled up with something completely new.
It's an incredible shift.
Yeah.
So does that original weight, that history, does it somehow, maybe subtly, give the kid's song a bit more resilience, like a hidden strength under the cheerful words? Or is it just, a catchy rhythm that works and the history doesn't really play a subconscious role? I mean, are kids secretly channeling the Union Army when they're singing about smiling?
Haha. That's a fantastic question. It really is. And it gets to how music affects us, right? On one level, yes, the melody is undeniably strong. It's robust, easy to sing, got that marching rhythm.
Helps you remember it?
Exactly, all good things for a children's song. So functionally, it just works because it's memorable.
Okay.
But it's also plausible there is something more subconscious happening. Music carries emotion, doesn't it?
Sure does.
And a tune like Battle Hymn resonates with these big themes: endurance, overcoming hardship, pulling together. Even if a child has zero idea about the Civil War,
Right.
the kind of inherent seriousness, the gravitas of that tune, could subtly reinforce the message in SMILE, that idea of being resilient.
The quiet strength, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps, lending this unexpected weight almost to just smiling through something tough. It might suggest that even simple positive actions have this power, almost heroic in a tiny way.
Huh.
It's really a testament to how a melody can just live on far beyond its first story.
Wow. Okay, I guess singing a Civil War anthem about smiling all those years might explain my relentless optimism during traffic jams.
Could be.
But seriously, it adds such a fascinating layer, doesn't it? Something you just completely miss otherwise. Singing about troubles popping like bubbles.
Huh.
But to this tune of deep historical resolve, what a contrast.
It really is.
So, tracing this song's journey from the simple message to this really surprising tune, we land at where we found it today. It's digital spot, kettleddiddles.com. And our source, it describes Kiddiddles as a resource for kids' songs and makes a point of mentioning the free song sheets, activity sheets, and music sheets.
And this is where you see the practical side of it all, how songs like SMILE actually get used.
Right.
Sites like Kiddles, they're not just like digital museums, they're active platforms. They're giving parents, teachers, tools they can actually use, not just the words, but things to do with the song.
Activity sheets and things.
Yeah. It suggests this whole philosophy, right? Making traditional learning stuff engaging, easy to grab and use, especially for the little ones. They get that embedding these lessons takes more than just singing. You need ways to extend it.
And thinking about that, when you look at the other songs Kiddles lists under collegials, you may also like things like 1 potato, 2 potato, 10 the bed, counting songs.
Right, counting 20 tiny fingers, physical awareness, I guess. Animal alphabet for literacy, and then try again. What does that grouping tell us? Does it suggest Kiddles has a specific, maybe educational viewpoint they're promoting?
That's a really sharp observation, because you're right, that list doesn't feel random at all.
Seems curated.
It does. You've got these foundational skills covered: counting, body awareness, letters, and then try again for persistence, resilience. And SMILE fits perfectly in there.
Okay.
It's not just another fun song in their list. It's presented as a tool for, well, emotional regulation, resilience again.
So it's part of a toolkit. Exactly. It suggests Kiddiddles is implicitly backing this sort of holistic approach to early childhood education. Not just rote learning, but building a whole range of skills: cognitive, physical, and emotional. And SMILE is a key piece for that emotional side, teaching kids a positive way to face challenges. So yeah, it's not just archiving. It looks like curating a collection that hits key developmental points, a deliberate framework.
That adds another layer, seeing it not just in isolation, but as part of this bigger educational picture on the site.
Definitely.
Okay, and here's one more detail that really adds to the whole story of this song. It kind of connects back to what you said about malleability in history.
Okay.
Our source, Kiddiddles, explicitly states for the song SMILE itself, written by unknown and copyright unknown. Which is really interesting when you see right below it, the website itself has a clear copyright. 1998-2025 kididdles.com.
That contrast, it tells you so much about how culture actually works, how it's passed on.
And also,
well, Kiddles has the copyright on their version, right? Their presentation, the sheet music, the activity page they made.
okay.
But the song itself, SMILE, it's gone beyond any single author. It's become, well, a folk song, essentially. It belongs to everyone.
Like Happy Birthday used to be, before the copyright stuff.
Sort of like that, or think about Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star, or Row, Row, Row Your Boat. We might know some attributed origins now, but for most people, they just exist. They're part of the collective culture, passed down without anyone really thinking about who wrote them first.
Communal property.
Exactly. And the power of these anonymous works is right there they become these cultural touchstones. They last for ages, maybe centuries, because the message hits something universal and
Right.
the origin is just shared.
It's not tied to one person's fame or reputation.
Right. They stick around not because of some famous author, but because they genuinely meet a need or express something enduring, like, teaching a kid a simple way to deal with feeling down. They get woven into how we share wisdom almost organically, generation to generation. Their survival proves their value, no name needed.
So what's the takeaway there for you listening?
Mm-hmm.
It means that these really simple messages, the ones that give comfort or a bit of guidance, they can have this incredible staying power, this universal reach, no matter who first thought of them.
Mm-hmm.
They become part of our shared experience, shaping us in these little ways from way back. It's kind of profound, actually, that something so basic from childhood has roots that are basically lost to time.
It really is.
So wrapping up this deep dive,
Mm.
it seems pretty clear that what looks like just a simple kid's song, S-M-I-L-E,
Mm.
when you really look closely like you asked us to,
Wow.
you find layers of like clever psychological messaging, that wild historical echo in the tune, and this deep cultural significance because it's this timeless, ownerless piece of advice. It's like a masterclass
Yeah.
in simple tools doing heavy lifting.
It really is. And it kind of encourages all of us, I think, to just consider the impact of these simple, available tools we have for getting through life's bumps.
Yeah.
That enduring wisdom. It often hides in plain sight,
Yeah.
in the most unassuming places, just like how a simple smile or a laugh is supposed to make trouble vanish like a bubble. And maybe, just maybe, the next time you hear a tune you know really well, whether it's something grand like the battle hymn or just a little kid's jingle, you'll listen a bit differently. Listen for those hidden layers, the unexpected stories inside, just like we tried to do for you today.
A great thought to leave on.
It reminds us that sometimes the most powerful lessons are the ones we've kind of known forever, just waiting for us to see them with fresh eyes.